Hey guys, winter is approaching. Leaves are starting to fall here, and it is not terribly warm. Opposite problem what we had earlier in the summer. Time to get some rollers on this truck and get it loaded up on a trailer and take it to town. Follow along while we get a few things put together here, get it ready to roll. These are the tires and wheels that I set up in a previous video, showing you guys the tire machine that I set up. Let me jack this truck up in the air, get the cinder blocks out of there, and we'll get some wheels put on. Those 235/75 R15s fill up the wheel well quite nicely in the front. In the back, I haven't started lifting things yet. That's the next step. Put these rear ones on. I'm not putting all of the plug nuts on here. I've got a box of brand new ones, but some of these are a little bit chewed up. I think we're going to need some new studs. So rather than wrecking the new nuts, we'll just use the old ones, put 2 or 3 on, and that'll hold the wheels on for now, get us rolled up on the trailer. Tires don't look too bad on there. Definitely, you can tell we're suffering from some gravity in the back here. Just a little bit of cast iron hanging out. We're not down on the overload springs, so I don't think we're hurting the truck any, but definitely that'll need to come out of there if we're going to be wheeling this truck in and out of the garage this winter, working on it. But this is it for today. The weather's starting to go south on us here. We've got a few little rain showers while I've been working on this. But I'll be back at it tomorrow, and we're going to see if we can break this engine loose using momentum. And we're going to get this loaded up on the trailer to take a trip into my messy garage. See you guys in the morning. Well guys, it's the next day, and we are going to try and see if we can convince this old beast to roll a little bit in gear and maybe break that engine loose. We've got some toe strap stuff here that I'm hoping is going to be suitable to push and pull on this truck a little bit. My father's walking his Bobcat up here, and once we have it, we'll strap it up nice and tight to that bumper, maybe put some padding of some sort across there. Got a stick of wood that would work well for that. And we'll do a little bit of rocking back and forth with this thing in high gear or 3rd gear and see if we can break it loose. If you haven't been here before, we've got number 1 appears to be free. 2 and 3 are, to the best of my knowledge, stuck, although 2 could be not too bad now after the muriatic acid treatment. 4 is free. We put Marvel Mystery Oil down on top of the piston, and doesn't take too long, and it just runs down past the rings and ends up in the crankcase. So that's a good sign. Over on this side, we've got 5 and 6, and if we tap on the top of the piston with a stick and a hammer, we get kind of oil pumping around the bottom lip. So I think those ones are free. Number 7, again, we dump Marvel in around the ring, or down on the top of the piston, and it runs past the rings into the block. And number 8 is one that is probably still stuck, but I don't think it's stuck very bad. I'm hoping with a little bit of rocking back and forth we can convince this thing to cooperate. I don't know how well this is going to work. I think we're in third gear. We're either in third or first. That's down towards first. It's not engaging, but there's no synchro mesh on there, so it's not surprising. That's reverse. So that's third. 3 on the tree. But basically, we're waiting for a Bobcat to show up. I'll bring you guys back once the Bobcat's here, and we'll see if we can shake this thing loose. I'm hoping that this does the trick. We're not sunk if it doesn't. I still got options. I still got some ideas, things I could try. But I'm hoping this is going to do the job for us. Okay, try backing up. Hold it there. Try it again. Come forward. Tilt your bucket back. No, come forward and then tilt your bucket. A little more. Okay. Now come forward. Okay, push. Yeah, you're just dragging the wheels. I'm going to try and press on the clutch. I doubt it's going to release. It's probably rusted solid, but I'll try it. See? I'm going to get in. I'm push on the clutch. I'll wave out the window at you. Can you see?
Yep. I'll go past the mirror.
Okay. And then get her to roll, and then I'll pop the clutch. As I figured, the clutch is seized. I'm guessing that's not going to work. She's still too badly stuck.
Can you put it in neutral?
Oh yeah.
Put it in neutral, I'll push it back.
Okay. Okay. What do you figure?
I don't know, I think he's fucking really seized up. Didn't seem to be opening the pistons at all, eh?
No, but that one on the other side that's up at the top of the stroke is the one that's getting us, I think.
You want to try rocking it on the bus more?
Sure, may as well. We're here, we got the tools, we're set up. It's in third. Rev her up.
This is future editing, Doug. And it's at this point, I think, where the fuel pickup hose inside the tank of the Bobcat, it was kind of deteriorated, I believe, decided to break free. And we were no longer getting fuel for the engine. We kept at it for a few more minutes, but unfortunately we ended up with a disabled Bobcat parked in front of the pickup truck.
Okay, push forward on it. Push. Okay, that's good. Now back up. Oh, oh, oh. The trailer needs to come over this way about 2.5 feet. Well, guys, we got the car hauler, we got a truck. Now we got to get it on there. Let me get you set up on a stand and we'll see what we can do about winching this thing up on. the 53 Ford has made it back to the garage. Got a little bit of cleaning up to do before we can put this thing in its parking spot. I've already lifted one of them out, but we got some, how shall we say, cast iron that needs to get moved. But I do have the equipment that does a good job of that. Let me take you back and show you what we got set up for some intermediate term storage for these things. This is engine number 1. I should be able to fit another one on this pallet. I'm probably going to have to get a couple more pallets to go in here. Unfortunately, that is about as far as I can bring the excavator into the shelter. I was hoping I'd be able to store it in here, but not quite enough room. It's about 6 inches too short. But regardless, this will get a second engine in here and potentially get some more pallets that I can set the rest of the engines on. This pallet racking, or nice heavy duty shelving that I've got here, I'm going to be putting some boards on and packing the pallets and packing the totes that I've got in the garage. Everything's getting inventoried, labeled on the ends of the boxes. Get that all organized. That's for another discussion. We'll also do kind of a lay down here, get some more of the shelving, or even just getting some pallets to lay down, and we can lay out the Flathead Ford parts that I picked up. Speaking of which, I hit a little bit of a mother load of Flathead Ford parts. There's a mix here. Some of this is 8BA stuff, some of this is 59AB, some of it is even 60 horse. I think it might be a 60 horse. Not sure. Anyways, kind of a combination of bits and pieces here that we're out at Mud Lake City. I'll throw a link up at the top here of that Mud Lake City video I did a month or two ago. And when I did that video, Wayne promised me a bunch of Flathead Ford parts, and here they are. There's at least 2 more engines out there, full engines, that I'm going to get and bring them to town, and hopefully be able to get maybe 1 or 2 more Flatheads running. I'm going to build a test stand, that kind of thing, but that's for another video. Anyways, we've gotten where we wanted to. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. And if you got this far, can you give me a thumb up, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. Lots more 53 Ford and Flathead Ford content coming, and we'll catch you guys in the next mess. Thanks for watching.